It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. It's time for Thanks for Nothing, Elon.
Oh, yeah.
You must.
You saw that, huh?
What
Yeah.
Are you serious?
So-
how hard is it to like it can't be taking up that much bandwidth. You spent $44 billion on the platform. You can't let people use it for free. Jag.
No. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
you can. You can be on there for free all you up to. You just can't stream on it, apparently.
Or promote yourself, or
Yeah, you know.
The fact that streaming is no longer a thing on Twitter, which is really where a lot of our shit builds up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bullshit.
It is 100%. And they call this guy's company bad for stuff like that. They're saying.
Here's hoping that actually translates to people going, "Hey, this is someone that I would tune into on Twitter." Hopefully, they will go and seek us out like through YouTube or Twitch, but
for now, the Muskie Man has disabled us from going out to an entire audience. So thank you for that again, you silly little man, you.
But he hasn't disabled us. He's just he put it behind a paywall.
Yeah.
Well, which means he's disabled Greg and I, at least for the moment.
And me and Cap and me and Shug and
yeah, pretty much the entire multiverse and everybody that works with us on a at least semi-regular basis, because we don't have that kind of money to throw around. But anyway, we're getting off on a shitty start on a good day. So
well, I'll tell you what, if things work out the way I'm kind of hoping they are with something which I'm not alluding to, then might not be an issue, and maybe I will pay for Twitter. Who knows?
Here's hoping, man. I'm just hoping to get college football by the end of the night.
All right.
Yeah, listen, I want to get the college football game because obviously I'm a big college football guy, being a fan of the game Fighting Irish, but it's one of those things where, we got a lot of stuff coming up in the next couple weekends. Jen and I are going to SummerSlam in 2 weeks.
Nice.
So, we're going to see hopefully a bunch of people that we know up in Cleveland, make some connections.
John Cena match, probably.
A John Cena?
Not this year.
No, I don't think Cena's coming back till the Rumble. Like, he may come back before that, but I don't know.
He said 30 dates between now and the end of
May. Well, he said 20 to 30 next year.
Yeah.
Just next year?
Well, yeah, he was very, very elusive about 2024. He made it clear he's going to wrestle through the end of 2025.
Plus, he's already wrestled in 2024, so he's solid there.
I said he had his one match a year.
Yeah.
So he's good to go
after WrestleMania, so he's good.
That's it. First of all, thank you to everybody that endured the 9-hour marathon I had with Disney content throughout the multiverse, including Greg's channel. We did a replay of our dad's episode from 2021. We ranked the attractions at Disneyland specifically because that's the only one JJ's been to, so it's kind of had to do it that way. And then for those of you that rewatched Open Mic Night Disney Karaoke, God bless you guys. You guys are the real troopers because we seem like shit. So thank you for that. But happy anniversary, Disneyland. You're 1 year shy of 70, which is why you're not marketing it as the year it is because, people are naughty. But thank you.
Ooh, wait, did you just point out the year that is?
So what's so funny is the company's not marketing the anniversary that it is, but there's people with signs on Main Street that say 69 years of magic. The word written out though, 69. They don't have the number because, so yeah. 69 years ago today, Disneyland opened for the first time. It's always a big deal around this house, around the Disney folks. So,
hello, Josh.
Hey, thank you, Josh. Yeah, it would have been nice if you had been along for the ride last year, Mansfield. We could have a decent singer on board with us. We had a couple of good ones, but you would have made a nice addition to it, you shuts. So, July. Speaking of which, I'm put that up there now while I think about it. July 19th next year. So 1 year and 1 day from this Friday, because it'll be on a Saturday next year. But
right.
July 19th next year, you guys are on notice right now. Open Mic Night Disney Karaoke celebrating 70 years of Disneyland. So everybody's got a year notice. I don't want to hear excuses.
Yeah. promoting this far out. I mean, it's like Rock Cena at 28.
That's it. You have exactly a year and like 3 more days. So I don't want to hear it. If you tell me now you're not coming, I'll believe you. So there you go. I know you had prior obligations. I just like giving you shit, Josh, because it makes you yell like that. Anyway.
But yeah, we're definitely going to figure out the Twitter bit because, like, I've noticed that a lot of our views, came from being on Twitter. So
exactly.
That's a lot of everyone's views, man. That's a lot of Raw Ball's views. That's a lot of views from West Coast Grabs. Like most all of the views from there are from West Coast Grabs.
Yeah, I'm thankful that they waited until after the Maven Jack of all trades to At least we had like 150 some people like consistently watching the show.
That was nice. That was very cool.
It was very nice. I don't know. I have to look into possibly paying for this as much as I don't want to. But
no, I don't either. And I gotta tell you, I thought the world of Chris Van Vliet before the Maven game, and he ended up making an audio cameo.
Yeah,
I have become a consistent viewer now for sure. I've loved his recent interviews. He had Cody on the episode this week, and like it didn't really like go like gritty and anything. It's just they're conversing. It's fun to watch him just interact with people. So it's people like Chris Van Vliet that I go for every, even if it's every 10 negative ninnies we run into that we've as a result of me doing this as long as I've been doing it, if I can get one Chris Van Vliet for every 10 of those assholes, like I'm good on that ratio. I really am.
Oh yeah.
Dude's a gem.
Yeah.
So, John Cena even was like a friendly rapport with him at the Money in the Bank press conference or the presser. So it's like, you know what? If you can get that kind of good rapport with Cena like that, like I got nothing bad to say about you.
Well, Cena was trying to get as many questions out as physically possible before they tried to carry him away.
Well, no, true, but you notice when he called on Chris, it was like, oh hey, it's good to see you. It wasn't even like okay, I don't know who you are. I'm going to be like typical John Cena nights. Like he knew exactly who Chris was, and he went into a much more, even a friendlier tone than he already had, because that's just how John is lately. So it's really cool to see people that are genuinely nice to get that kind of genuine success. I think it's cool. So
thank you, Josh.
Yes.
Also, due to reasons, unfortunately, not for not for SummerSlam. Right. I wish I could, because that would be the first time I'd meet you and Greg at the same place.
There you go. Yeah, it's looking like, if the rumor mill is true, the next show I'm at is at Survivor Series, because it looks like it's going to be at the Intuit Dome here in LA. So
I might be able to make it to that.
I've still never been at a Survivor Series.
Dude, like it's right across the street from SoFi, and it's not hard to find. They got that little complex down there now with the Forum and the stadium. Yeah. If it's doable financially, man, Survivor Series is going to be worth it this year. Looks like
probably not this year, because there's a lot of expenditures this year.
That's valid.
But hopefully, again, say a prayer for yours truly, because there's good things down the pipeline, not necessarily content creation related, but otherwise.
That's your one lone big four you haven't got to yet, right?
Yeah, because I was at the 2014 Rumble, I was at SummerSlam in '95, going again this year, and of course I was at WrestleMania 28. So I've hit very much a roller coaster of show quality.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Thank God SummerSlam's this year, because 95 is not a good one to hold on to, except for one match. And granted, it's a great friggin' match, but
I'm biased. I think it's better than the WrestleMania 10 match, but that's probably because I was there.
Yeah. It's
live bias is a real thing. Let me tell you.
No, it is. People, including me, shit across WrestleMania 2000. I enjoyed the show because I was there.
Right.
But it is a shit show of WrestleMania. It's pretty bad.
I was at back-to-back the worst Royal Rumbles in wrestling.
That's also valid.
2014 and 2015, yeah. Both of them
Oh
were
no,
WrestleMania.
no, I was there for Ronda and Brock in the year before.
Ooh, that's true.
22. Ooh.
Oh man.
Yeah, 21
Okay.
and 22. Those were the ones that I was there live for.
All right. So the next time anybody out there watching sees Matty, just hug him and say sorry.
You weren't at 21. 21 was in the Thunderdome.
No, yeah. So 22 and 23. So I was there for Cody's first Rumble win,
which was okay.
Yeah.
That was all right.
Women's Rumble was better. I actually think
that was Rio, right?
Yeah, Rio won that one.
Yeah, that was two good Rumble matches there.
The men's 2023, I actually think I ranked fairly decently.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Yeah,
I don't know. I have to go.
23 was good.
22 was just.
Yeah. 22 was probably the worst Rumble show that there's ever been.
Wow, that's pretty bold.
It was somewhat
Roman and Seth was
live. It was
Roman and
Seth was fantastic. Roman Seth was fantastic live.
The rest of it was dog shit.
Yeah. It was bad, but yeah, SummerSlam '95. I'm glad you had the opportunity. I mean, it looks like it's shaping up to be anyway. You don't want to say anything for sure until you see it, but it's definitely looking like 2024 is going to be a better card overall than 1995. So yeah. At least you'll have a better lasting memory of the more recent one. Like I said, I was fortunate. I went to 2000. I know you're going to say it wasn't a bad show. It's just there wasn't a regular singles match. It was the most gimmicked WrestleMania I think there ever was, without a doubt. It was very much Attitude Era, but it wasn't Russo. That's the funny thing. Russo took over, WCW a few months prior, and they had the relaunch a week after Mania. But it was very gimmicky. It's 24. That was a fun show. Very emotional, obviously. And then
it burned.
It did not get burned. Luckily, it was on the other side of the stadium. Hand to God, we didn't even know that was a thing until our freaking hotel room at Disney message thing was blowing up. I'm like, oh, shit, who died? My mom's like, we thought you did. Like, huh? I'll turn on the news. Oh, yeah, that's so problematic. And then, of course, going to 39 both nights here locally, just being able to be that close to essentially my home away from home for those many years, with the Forum being right there, and then seeing everything I got to see at that WrestleMania both nights was just extraordinary. I've not been to a Rumble. That's the only one I haven't been to yet is a Royal Rumble. God, I hope it comes close by soon.
Listen, even though the 2014 Royal Rumble match in hindsight was rather depressing,
right?
Still being there live for a Rumble was cool. Yeah. I wish it would have been a better one. But
being live for a Rumble is dope. I'm really contemplating should I take Devin to Survivor Series in November because that's his birthday month.
Oh,
yeah,
well, it's my birthday month too.
I was gonna say if it happens, it'll be the last day. It'll be the 30th. It'll be the day Saturday after Thanksgiving. So
probably
that's the rumor, and that it'll be the day after.
Oh fuck, that's right. It is always Thanksgiving week.
Always it more often than not hits around Thanksgiving.
Used to be on Thanksgiving.
Well, that's because they were trying to rock it.
Well, yeah. and then they did the Wednesday before for a couple years, and then
it's the Thanksgiving tradition. It's like you just did it this year, Vince, but okay, sure.
Oh, trust me, I will whenever I get the chance. I know exactly what you're referring to, and even Greg does as well. The Jacoby Jones passing.
Oh, that's rough. Oh,
40 years old, man.
It was a rough week, man. Like it was probably the most heavy. This stuff can be on TMZ News last week. There were 5. We had him. We had Shelley Duvall. We had Dr. Ruth. We had Richard Simmons, and we had
Richard Simmons. Yeah.
Yeah. And who's the 5th? God, it's gonna bug me now. I had it right here, and then it went away.
You said Shannon Doherty.
Shannon Doherty. Thank you. Yeah. It's like it was not a good week to be a celebrity last week at all. We had that. We had the freaking. I'm going to say it real quick. Attempt. I was going to say the happening in Pennsylvania on Saturday. I wasn't even meant the A word, but
the fairgrounds is a place I've been. Okay?
Oh, I know. Isn't that crazy?
Like I was born in the city that happened.
Oh my God, dude!
So
that's crazy.
For that to be the notoriety of
right.
Essentially my birthplace. It's like, oh well, that's fun.
Yeah, and then and then here you go. Yeah, I forgot the little boy from Alpha was also last week. And yeah, so we got him getting shot at, and we get the president having COVID. Let's just call it a fuck it. Everybody stay inside for the rest of the week. Like, Jesus Christ.
Cherry 2024.
That's right.
Has there been a plane drop out of the sky yet?
Not yet.
Trains crash into the sea?
I will say this. I was mentioning Van Vliet talking to Cody. And again, they recorded this a few weeks ago. Chris always does report ahead of time, but talking about the program with The Rock and everything, and he said, Dwayne's just that guy that if he announced tomorrow that he was going to run for the presidency, he'd win in the landslide. I'm like, you know what? Cody's not far off.
Yeah.
Especially with the choices we currently have. Like, I'll take The Rock I do know versus the Devils I don't. Like, seriously. Give me The Rock in that just for something different. I didn't live in Minnesota in 90 or 99 on to whatever he ended up leaving the office, but Jesse Ventura getting in there was because they wanted change. They wanted something different. It wasn't one of the two parties.
I feel like that was the same for Trump in 2016, though, because Trump wasn't and still isn't a politician. He's a dick, but he's not. Not.
He was the businessman that ran for office.
Yeah, and that's how he won, really, because he wasn't a politician.
I feel disgusting even discussing politics.
I know you do. I know, but you know what? To be fair, I immediately thought I know you deleted the tweet because it came off kind of whatever.
That was totally.
But it was
in my defense, and it's a weak defense. I did not know all the details. I was sitting at a baseball game up in Erie.
Right.
I knew,
but you know what though? The initial knee-jerk reaction, and again, that's what Twitter is at the end of the day. It rang true because his campaign used the phrase "local medical facility." It's like, damn it! It just screams it, right? It's just like holy shit. But yeah, there's a lot involved with what happened that we'll probably never really know everything that went on.
And listen, if it weren't for the person getting killed in Butler, and two more being wounded, I probably would have left it up because Trump was obviously fine.
Yeah,
albeit a little shaken up, he was fine.
Well, sure.
The fact that somebody brought up that somebody passed and her is like, I
makes things a little different.
It makes things a lot different because at that point it looked like I was trying to profit off of family.
No.
Which in absolutely no way is who you are.
No, and I realized that, and it kind of grossed me out.
No, it did. If the only person that had passed would have been the shooter, I still would have maybe been buying into the whole theory, right? But somebody completely innocent got taken out. That's ridiculous. That's gross.
Because nobody has any sympathy for the guy shooting at him.
Yeah, and now that's become part of the rhetoric too. It's such an ugly business. It's such an ugly thing, politics in general. And every time I get around to it, it's like I just cannot wait for the Wednesday after the election, just to we're good for a couple of years.
Well,
we're not going to be this time.
See, the thing is, especially with these 24/7 news media places, they're already going to start planning for 2028. It's like, let this settle. This is
right.
3 Super Bowl predictions for the next year. You're talking 4 years down the road. We have no idea what's going to happen. Everybody's going to throw out theories, try and predict the future. You don't know. Shut up.
No, exactly. And it's honestly the same way, like you said, sports or anything. Drafts are a thing. Off seasons are a thing. Things can change in a minute, and in a nanosecond, really. I mean, like I said, Saturday's a great example, man. There was still very much a balance of crap on both scales, and now it's just like the scales are bending it so much, caca. So but luckily we have things like wrestling, which has been consistently good for a minute. Wrestling, it's good to be a fan right now.
Mm-hmm.
So,
one last thing before we completely transition off of politics.
Oh, okay.
This may be a little bit of a rant, so I apologize in advance.
Oh, no worries.
But
For sure, brother.
the fact that we've gotten to a point to where people feel the need to take out political candidates. Listen, if you don't like the person, if you don't like their opinions, that's fine. Like, I'm not here to say your opinions aren't valid, because that's obviously not the case.
Yes.
I feel like our opinions aren't valid because, the government doesn't care about us, but that's another
right. Right.
But why have we gotten to such a point where it's my way or you should be dead? Like, it's not my way or it's your way. We can negotiate that. It's like, if you don't believe what I believe, regardless of what that is, you are the scum of the earth. You are the most miserable person. It's like, that's not how it works. And in fact, that's a very selfish way to respond.
Oh, dude, I've not paid attention to politics whatsoever at all.
I'm not and that's not because I don't care about what's going on in the world. That's not because I don't feel like there is change or there isn't change to be made. I don't. Right. I feel change is very much necessary. But the thing is, if we keep voting for the same two parties that we've been voting for wait for it, 164 fucking years.
Yeah.
If we keep doing that, nothing's gonna change, suckers. Yeah.
The problem is, Greg, and I've said this a couple of times, kind of treaded into it. I've had this conversation. I'm going to throw his name under the bus. If he gets mad at me, that's fine. I've had this conversation with Aaron pretty much every 4 years. There's not enough people with the cojones to vote other than one of those two parties, because the mindset is it's just a waste of a vote because so-and-so is not going to win.
Here's the thing. And the media conditions us to think that there's only two options.
Yep.
And because that's what's presented to us, and a lot of people who claim to be political experts and yet just spew BS without knowing any facts,
right?
And that's both sides of the aisle. Don't read into anything. Lord knows you don't anyway. But it's just maddening. It's like, guys, take the time and realize Biden and Trump are not the two only candidates in the world.
Nope.
God help us if they were.
Right?
But like, rapture me now, honestly.
Oh,
I would so much more peace. People on earth might be sad. They might not. Who knows? But I would be so much happier not being a part of this earth if it meant I didn't have to live in a world where people think Donald Trump and, dementia Joe Biden are the only two.
Yeah, it's scary because, I've actually taken since the 2016 election, I've really taken the time to look at these other party candidates. And it's like, there's a guy out there, I always forget his name, but he was at one point running on possibly the Republican ticket before Trump got officially I guess he's the guy now. His policies were solid. And it's just one of those, he just didn't have enough political stroke. Now, I will say, I'm going to totally be, this is how I feel, guy. I feel if the current president had done the right thing by the party, because I'm a Democratic Party, and stepped aside, I would vote for Robert Kennedy Jr. in a heartbeat. Because regardless of everybody's feelings about everything, again, he's something different, number one. And people even now have this romanticized view of the Kennedys. So it might bring some of us back together to have a Kennedy there, at least for a term.
People think I'm kidding when I tell them I'm going to vote for myself on November 5th.
Oh, no.
I'm not kidding. No. I feel like a vote for myself, even if I'm the only vote for myself, would bring me more peace than deciding between
these two
knuckleheads that we have vying for the candidacy.
Yeah, we have.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, we have a choice, folks, because at the end of the day, it is what it is. We're going to have a choice between two because that's what it's going to be in this country. We have a choice between a guy who has clearly shown that his mind is not there to do this for 4 more years, or we have a guy that's going to be put back in after being out for 4 years, who's currently on trial and could very likely go to jail by the time this is all said and done, federal jail. So we're going to have a guy serving the term behind bars who's already polarizing as it is. This is the worst Kobayashi Maru of an election I've ever seen in my life. It's a no damn win scenario here.
Yeah.
But again, that's because enough of us don't have the cojones to vote elsewhere.
Yeah, election fraud. I'll cheat. I'm Captain Kirk. I'll just
For
say,
real.
who is
Greg Cherry?
Reprogram
the ballot
Why
box.
is he?
Why does he have 5 different votes?
I have to say this to save my ass. If there are any feds watching, I'm not actually going to do that.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
Let me state, I'm voting for myself, and that's not because I actually believe I'm going to win. I would be completely delusional, like a lot of politicians are.
Like the current two.
Not just the two, like
no.
The 630 plus or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Every single last one of them is nuts, and we just kowtow to their needs. This is why I don't discuss politics on the show, because I just get so frustrated with everything, and I know nothing's going to change.
No,
it doesn't matter if we have 7 viewers or 70,000 viewers.
No,
nothing's going to change because nobody wants it to change. Everybody just wants to bitch forever. That's why I call politics professional bitching, because that's what it is.
No, it is, and that's why I encourage, whether it's a profit thing for you or not, every single person in this country should have that shirt, because it's the damn truth. It's one big giant work, because nobody's ever going to get ahead except for one of the two parties. Very much like nobody's going to be able to break through that glass ceiling until the last 2 years when the old man was removed from the office. They're parallel.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, wrestling's fun to watch again. Actually been fun watching sports, unless you're a LA sports fan here this year, because both the Dodgers and the Angels are just pissing me off.
Baseball's rough. You always become a Dodgers fan, Jeff.
I'm not exclusively one or the other. I am primarily an Angels fan. I have been my whole life. There's that picture actually right over here of me in a with an Angels hat on. But even the Dodgers have had a rough up and down season. Ohtani, of course, Ohtani things yesterday, so good for him. But it's so much more enjoyable to just not dive into it. It's unfortunately, in the case of the political stuff, one of the candidates is a WWE Hall of Famer, so that was plastered all over my news walls Saturday. Couldn't help it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, please support the Great Career Brand so we can talk about anything else.
Yeah, I was going to say, how is the LA sports media adjusting to Bronny James being a Laker?
It is bizarre. It is. The kid mentioned he had like a low point now. He's like, I'm kind of in a slump. It's like, dude, you got signed for a ton of money, and your daddy's working there. You better just keep your mouth shut until shit gets better. Just no.
No, this is one of those things where Bronny might just want to keep his mouth quiet on the microphone until. Yep. LeBron's out of the league.
Yeah.
And by then, if I'm Bronny, I'm going, hey, my dad's got enough money. I'm out.
No, for real. It's weird. It's always weird when the sports I am heavily involved with or watch on the regular or on off season, because we get like the Kings news. Like the Kings got one kid, Byfield, on a 5-year extension. It's like, man, I've been saying since we drafted that kid, once he figures it out in his own head, watch out. League's in trouble, because he's big, he's solid, and he's quick. There's no reason a kid that big should be that quick on hockey skates, and he is. So once he gets out of the fog, shit, forget it, man. But, Bronny on the Lakers, again, it's a weird thing. He hasn't, and he's not going to be, I wouldn't think, on the NBA full-time roster in October, but I don't know that. I don't follow basketball enough.
LeBron is going to pull every string known to man to get Bronny on the court.
See, I would go the other way. I would do everything I could to not have him come up right away.
How many years do you think LeBron has left in him? Do you really think?
Well, the fact that he re-signed for whatever he re-signed for, he's probably going to wait out that one and see where he's at from there.
I think it was a 2-year deal, maybe.
Okay, so he's got a season or two. Ronnie may be ready in a season or two. He's not ready for the NBA now. I really don't think he is.
Speaking of controversial figures from the sports world from California, former USC quarterback, Caleb Williams. It was reported he was trying to avoid getting taxed with his new NFL salary. And let me say this. I don't think I have I don't think I have ever rooted for somebody to be a bigger bust in the NFL than I am for Caleb Williams.
I know it's frustrating.
And this might slightly because he plays for USC or he played for USC and as another
dude. Welcome to the big leagues, kid. You get drafted somewhere where there's a hard tax. Welcome to the big leagues.
But here's my problem. He is becoming almost as much of an egotist as Johnny Manziel.
Yep.
He might surpass Manziel.
Yeah.
It is so bad. He has not played a single snap in the NFL, and he thinks he's owed the world.
Here's the thing, though.
You got your ass whooped by Notre Dame last season. You went either 1-4 or 1-5 after that. And you think that because you've never made a college football playoff in your entire career that you deserve shit? Oh boy, do I hope the Packers whoop your ass twice a year.
Right.
You are cut or you are traded to another team to become their third stringer.
Yeah.
I hope Caleb Williams fails.
Let me just put out there.
Gross rooting against somebody so hard, but oh my gosh, he makes it so easy.
Go ahead, Matty.
Let me just say that while Greg is going on about the fact that Caleb Williams from USC and everything like that, at least Johnny Manziel has the college career to back everything he said up as his ego was.
Right.
Maybe not so much the NFL career, but Johnny Manziel, without a shadow of a doubt, is one of the best college football players I've ever watched.
No, he was amazing. I will say this. I only really had divisive fandoms here locally because certain members of my extended family have been USC people, certain members have been UCLA people. That's only been in the last dozen years or so. I have been, by and large, a UCLA person. For my entire life prior to my son's birth, my son was born at UCLA. So I tend to favor them anyway. SC's reputation, shall we say? Has been very slighted the last little while. So, yeah, it's been a little rough. But I never really cared about it long term. But, yeah, his mouth ran so much so soon that it's hard not to root against that shit at this point. It's kind of ridiculous.
Can I give you guys 3 quarterbacks from USC that I feel were better than Caleb Williams?
Sure.
You might have more than 3.
Right.
Carson Palmer, Matt Leinart, and Mark Sanchez.
Right. Palmer was a godsend for a while for USC.
Let me tell you something. Having watched all 3 of those quarterbacks in college, because USC and Notre Dame play each other every year, it was very frustrating as an Irish fan watching USC run down Notre Dame pretty much every single year. It was so heartbreaking but it showed the caliber that they had. Now here's another statistic that I looked up. No USC quarterback in NFL history has ever started a Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
So
That's right, because Carson Palmer got kicked out in the NFC Championship.
Mm-hmm.
well, yeah. Well, he also took a helmet to the knee from one Kimo von Oelhoffen en route to the Steelers becoming Super Bowl champions that year.
Oh yeah, that was a bad injury that he took.
That was a bad injury. It wasn't Van Oelhoffen's fault.
It was, dude. He was just trying to do he was trying to tackle him, and he went too low.
Yeah.
I need to go get our countdown to Diamond on the Air. I'll see everybody at the top of the hour. We're just going to be kind of previewing it for now, but thank you both.
Love you, Jeff. Thank you for helping me out.
Political rabbit hole, brother. Yep. It is what it is. Have a good rest of the show, guys. We'll see you for Dynamite 250. Oh my God.
Yep.
Wait, so there's not been a single USC quarterback that's ever started a Super Bowl?
Correct.
Josh said if you want to shoot him the link, he can fill in for.
Yeah, I can shoot the link.
Yeah, we got 20 minutes left. Come on in, Josh. Come on in.
I have to pull it up. Give me a second. But we know for a fact that Notre Dame has had a very successful quarterback win multiple Super Bowls. So
can I ask a question? Should I go USC as my dynasty rebuild for the
USC? That's disgusting.
I love you, Greg.
But listen, don't go USC, don't go Bama, don't go Michigan. You probably don't even need to rebuild Michigan. They just won the title.
No, it wouldn't be a rebuild, but I do like I like a lot of the players from Michigan.
The fact that one of the greatest, a lot of people say he is the greatest quarterback of all time, is from the University of Michigan makes me want to puke.
Dude, I'm not even talking about that. Charles Woodson, bro.
I don't even hate Charles Woodson. Like,
you can't hate Charles Woodson.
No, but Brady is just like, oh, damn it.
Did he start for Michigan?
I'm pretty sure he started from. He would have had to. If Brady would have been a backup, do you think he would have been drafted in the 6th round, 2000?
Maybe.
Backups.
It's Bill Belichick, for fuck's sake.
I know, but backups typically don't get drafted. Typically. It's usually starting players that are drafted to the NFL.
Speaking of backup, I do have a question.
What's up?
Quentin Ewers is, without a shadow of a doubt, the starter for Texas. Arch Manning, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think he's going to go to the transfer portal to try to start somewhere else? Do you think he's just going to wait for Quentin Ewers to go into the draft this year?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he'll probably enter the transfer portal. It really depends. I wanted Declan McMahon to transfer to Notre Dame.
Isn't he in Nebraska?
Did he land in Nebraska? Because last I saw, he was entering the transfer portal from the Hoosiers, but I didn't. It might be the Hoosiers that I saw him in the uniform of. They're kind of similar uniforms. Because I know Kenyon McMahon is going to North Carolina, the Tar Heels.
Kenyon, whose kid is he?
Shane's.
And there he is.
There's Josh. I sent him the luck of the draw link. He probably doesn't want that one.
Daddy!
Hello, Josh. How are you?
Good. How are you, buddy?
Doing good, doing good. I am trying to see where Declan McMahon. I've missed you.
Hi, Greg.
Hello.
Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you too.
And look forward to seeing you in August at SummerSlam.
Yep, you'll be meeting my wife too. She's coming.
I can't wait. You need to introduce me to Sean too.
Listen, I have to. I don't know where Sean's going to be. Like, I don't think I'm going to be able to score media access. So
when I went to the Rumble in St. Louis, I just so happened to bump into Cher. I bumped into her. I saw her in her Stardust pants, and I was like, "Oh, hey, I know you."
Yeah, it's kind of hard to miss her in those. I don't know if she still goes to events or whatever.
She goes to events locally with her kids. I know that she does that.
So she probably doesn't travel as much, which is cost efficient, quite frankly.
Hey, where she's at between St. Louis, Chicago, that's a pretty good spot for her.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Gets a lot of good shows coming through.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to meet. I know Ella's going to be there. Like she
Awesome.
mentioned she was going to be at SummerSlam. She'll probably be around the media events. I don't know what the schedule is going to look like for SummerSlam because I'm coming in Thursday night, staying Friday, and Jen and I are going to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame one of those days. Not sure which day.
Fuck yeah.
I forget if we're going up Thursday or Friday. We're going on Friday. We're not going to SmackDown. We're going to the Guardians game.
Yeah, we're not going to SmackDown either. I'm really not
Who
sure.
are the Guardians playing?
What was that, Daddy?
Who are the Guardians playing?
We looked this up, didn't we?
I feel like we discussed this before.
Yes. Because
I'm not sure.
When I was trying to get Maddie to come to SummerSlam because I wanted to meet him, and
Is it
That was
interleague play? I want to say it was an interleague game.
I don't remember. Because we were trying to convince you to come, and I was going to pay for your ticket for the Guardians game.
Yeah, unfortunately, I won't be able to make SummerSlam. I might be able to make Survivor Series. I might be able to make Mania.
Well, then I just hope Ohio gets another Big Four sometime soon.
Listen, I'm glad to be able.
Honestly, I think Ohio will. If not, how close are you to Indianapolis?
I could have been in Indianapolis this week, but it was too much. There's a thing going on in Indianapolis.
You've seen them promote what they've got the big 3 of the 4 coming.
Yeah,
through,
they've got the Rumble, they've got
SummerSlam,
2-night SummerSlam, and they also got WrestleMania
Yeah.
at a future date because they obviously don't have WrestleMania next year because that's in Vegas. So they might have it in 2026 or it might be 2027. I don't know, one of those two.
I think with them announcing it the way that they did, so they'll probably get the.
I hate how they did it this year. For next year's Mania, I'm pissed. Because it's Easter weekend, which means I'm busy.
I'm so sorry.
I don't know why. That's the problem with Easter too, is that it jumps around. I figured they would have had some foresight on that to realize, hey, WrestleMania is Easter weekend. We've never had WrestleMania on Easter weekend. We've tried to do the week before, the week after.
Hey, man.
It might have been availability for the stadium or whatever.
Or it just might have been new people in charge not caring.
Hey, man, I got WrestleMania on 420 coming up this year.
I know you do, Daddy. But we are actually on Saturday afternoon before SummerSlam. We are talking about going to the One Dead Man show.
Ooh.
I don't know if we'll be able to afford to do that. We're like I said, Jen and I are probably going to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
So
from
what I've heard, that's a show you don't want to miss, Josh.
I already missed it once. I don't want to miss it again.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things from those shows. And if you see Taker drinking whiskey on stage, then you're in for a good show.
I do want to bring up, since it's happening tomorrow, I don't have a graphic loaded, but that's fine. Luck of the Draw is tomorrow.
Wait, how did Jeff not put the graphic in?
Well, that was on me because I've been really lazy about promoting it because I've been trying to get people to do it, and I've just been very poor about promotion. I may end up paying for a month of Twitter just so people see it.
I think there might be a free month subscription, or did you already do that one?
If there's a free month, I didn't know about it. So I'm going to have to...
Are you giggling because I'm about to gig myself with eggshells again, Josh?
It's because you're about to drench yourself in some syrupy substance for...
Yeah, what syrup are we doing this time around, Greg?
Chocolate.
Okay, I can get that.
Yay. That's why I'm giggling. Maddie, it's you and getting doused in chocolate. It's my heaven on earth.
Instead of
the
a
funny
chocolate
thing
covered
is-
cherry, it's a chocolate covered Maddie.
Hey, we
Yep.
did chocolate covered cherry the last time we did it live. But the funny thing is, like, I'm doing a luck of the draw tomorrow, and then I'm doing a live in-person one next Saturday. So
Oh, they're actually coming through next Saturday?
yeah, it was supposed to be end of June, and then like the weather for that Saturday called for like hail and like thunderstorms all day. So like it got till the day before. I was like, we should probably delay it because I don't want to put people in that kind of dangerous situation just to play
Oh, yeah.
a silly little game. And then it didn't fucking do anything. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was pissed all day.
Man,
So-
I understand that.
So I'm trying to not obsessively look at the weather because it lies. Who
Screw
knows?
the weather.
Yeah, pretty much. So
Name me one
hoping
accurate
it's decent.
weatherman.
Yeah, I'm just hoping it's decent next weekend, and then obviously I'm hoping it's decent in Cleveland. But
Yeah, same because
So-
we have an outdoor stadium.
Yeah, I was about to say, are they doing it in what is it, Energy something Stadium?
is it First
Cleveland
Energy, or
Browns
did they
Stadium.
lose the naming rights?
I think they themselves chose to just go back to Cleveland Brown Stadium.
I was gonna say
Because-
I figured.
They should just
Considering
call
everything
it
we have
Paul
going on
Brown
right now
still,
with-
man.
Potentially doing a new stadium of basically either City of Cleveland, you pay for renovations and a dome to this stadium, or we're freaking moving it to Brook Park.
So why don't they just still call it Paul Brown Stadium in honor of Paul Brown?
Yeah, I'm not the person to ask. To be
That-
honest, I
that's-
thought they
that's
would
the
probably
only-
rename it to Jim Brown Stadium, but
And Jim Brown Stadium would work too, man. It's still the team name with a person that legendarily is associated with the team.
mhm. I'm just excited to get any WWE Browns merch I can.
Oh,
Um,
dude.
Yeah, I'm not doing. that.
Cleveland
I
316
know
is
you're
gonna
not.
Cleveland 316 is gonna sell like hotcakes.
Oh yeah.
It,
No,
it annoys me that like the pandemic happened because 316 Day was going to be in Pittsburgh in 2020, and I was
Nah, dude,
gonna
fuck
go.
that.
I
Nah,
was
fuck
gonna
that.
go to that show, and I hadn't seen Austin in person, and
Greg,
God,
I'm-
20 years.
I'm going to say fuck that. We got Stone Cold trying to do his 316 Day in front of nobody, and that was
I felt
fucking
bad.
incredible.
I felt bad for him.
I didn't. I thought that was the funniest shit Stone Cold maybe has ever done in his career.
Oh,
And then 2 years later, he wrestled a match. It was like, what?
No, that is the craziest thing he has ever done because I was like, okay, he's going to do a quick 5-minute match, take a couple bumps from Owens, and hit the stunner 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Nah, this motherfucker took a suplex onto concrete.
it was. Yeah. Holy crap!
When I say I screamed when he took a suplex onto concrete, I got a knock on the door from the neighbors going, "Is everything okay?" And I was like, "Yes, everything's okay." I closed the door, looked at Devin, and I was like, "A fucking 50-something-year-old man just took a suplex onto concrete."
Yeah. A
It-
year old
it-
man
it-
who hadn't wrestled in almost 20 years.
A man who has had everything surgically repaired took a
Yeah.
suplex onto concrete.
So I guess for those who didn't know, Daddy's a screamer.
I am a screamer. Sound like an orc from Warhammer.
And I just broke Greg.
Ah.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, luck for the draws tomorrow. SJ will be back for that show. Big G will be joining us on that show, and
Oh,
Oh
Chris.
shit, Big G's gonna do it.
Yeah, Big G is going to do because he felt bad about missing the in-person game because he has to work, so he's going to be on tomorrow to make up for it.
Hell
So
yeah.
that's pretty awesome. Let me tell you what, finding people for shows is incredibly hard.
Finding
Especially-
people for this show is a little harder.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. I have a couple of people who are interested, but Thursday nights don't work for them. So I'm
Same.
probably going to have to, move the day that Luck of the Draw is done in October, maybe to like a Monday or something, or a weekend. But weekends are tough for people too. So
Yeah.
I
We'll
still
be
don't volunteer for Luck of the Draw, even though I know Jeff very much wants to see me on Luck of the Draw for Maddie-related reasons.
again, like if you were on the same show as Maddie, we'd probably have to take a garden hose to you. But
Yeah,
especially if he was
Because
out.
he might be out before I have to take any of the punishments.
Based on your luck, that's unlikely, Maddie.
yeah.
Greg, every Irishman has his day.
That's
I just
fair.
hope tomorrow it's not your day.
Shush.
Don't you have enough of those shorts that you can just put on loop? You're fine.
Right? Oh, that's a
But-
good idea.
Hey, drive up the views. I don't care. Just don't tell me what you do with them.
Oh my, this is. Oh my, this has turned into Rated X.
When does this show not go off the rails? That's my question.
Well,
Dude, you have
specifically when I'm
employed
here with
me.
Dad.
You have employed me for the last 2 years. This is your fault at this point.
I mean, I take the blame, but Luck of the Draw is such a chaotic show. I've been doing it for, it's hard to believe I'm saying this, 15 years. So just to be able to introduce it to the live audience in the last year has been kind of crazy, but I'm really excited for tomorrow. I'm really excited for next weekend, and that one's not going to be a live show. That one's going to be just a regular upload. So hopefully more people tune into that one, because the live shows are very hard for people. I've noticed. I'm gonna
to show up or
because a lot of people do stuff in the evening. I feel like when the weather gets colder, that's when more people want to watch shows, because right now, if you look outside, like I could go out swimming right now or something. It's very hard to do shows when you're off work and you want to be outside. But like when
I
it's
always
snowing
want
out,
to be
and stuff,
inside, so
when it's snowing and stuff, more people just want to stay in and they can relax. And that's probably why our viewership goes down during the nicer months, because people want to get out and do stuff. And I don't blame them. But as long as you come back here and you watch the show on demand when you're at
I was
work,
about to say, watch the show. Watch the show.
watch the show. Buy a shirt.
Buy the shirt. But politics is a word. Buy the shirt.
Exactly. Let me tell you what. If Maven shows up on a YouTube video with that thing on,
Dude, we'll pop. Huge pop.
I will definitely pop. And I will hope he puts the link in the description for people to buy the shirt. Even if it's a couple $100, it's like, hey, cool.
That would be wild. Just having Maven on with us was wild.
It was wild. That was probably the most fun joke we've ever done.
Look, the watches don't equate to how much fun that was. That was probably the best content we've ever put out, right?
I would say so. And Maven was such a fantastic guest. I can't believe it's taken us this long, because this is the first full-blown Greg Cherry show I've done in 3 weeks. That we haven't talked about the Maven joke and how well that went.
Dude, it was without a shadow of a doubt the best show that I think we've done for Joe. But he was also maybe the most down-to-earth guest we've ever had.
Absolutely. And we got the audio cameo from Chris Van Vliet. We got to listen to a voicemail from the coach. He even read us a text
from
the Undertaker.
Taker.
Yeah,
right.
that was
Dude,
one.
Maven was so cool.
I'm sorry, Undertaker, that he missed your call because he was doing our show. That's a sentence I never thought I'd say. It's like,
That
Yeah.
was-
Sorry,
He-
Taker.
he
Sorry,
big league
Chris.
Taker
Sorry,
to
Taker.
be on our show.
That was cool, and again, you guys probably had more conversations with him after the show went off the air.
Just a
That's-
few. Just a few.
Yeah, just for a few minutes. Like he was.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
And he seemed like you really enjoyed Jack of all trades,
he
and
did.
yeah,
Yeah, from what
I was struggling too with some of those, and of
Look,
course
we
I was
need to
always
get-
rooting for Daddy Matty the whole time.
We need to get Crowbar on, and we need to make it one of the harder quizzes that we've put out there, because I've seen Crowbar get interviewed, and he is a wealth of fucking wrestling knowledge.
I
what we
would love
need?
to be able to bring on more people. It really depends, and this is where like more views, more subscribers, more likes. It's like I don't like to beg for this kind of thing, but
It helps.
if we get more people following the content, it's going to be easier for us to bring in more guests to do shows like that. That's just the way it is. Like, unfortunately, I am not independently wealthy. So
We wish.
if I was, this show would be my job. It would be Matty's job. It would be Jeff's job, because I'd fly them out here so we could do the show live in person.
Just like Pat McAfee.
And then a special guest.
We would have special guests. But
People, seriously, like, share, subscribe, comment, super chat, and send in the Streamlab, the StreamYard.
Because Twitter will not let us
Donations.
do
Come
this
on,
anymore.
yeah, Twitter won't. I'm gonna try and figure out something, because that's very annoying.
Does it take me having to embarrass myself to get Greg more donations? Come on, people.
It might.
I mean, we already know Matty's willing to embarrass himself.
I've
Bring out
Yeah,
loud.
I just have to
myself.
give him the money myself to do that.
I've skewered myself because of a fucking bad bet. What do you think I'll do for money?
Yes, and you're going to be buying a Browns jersey with the number 69 that says Daddy on it when the Browns beat the Broncos
Bro.
this year.
Denver beat you guys last year with Russell Wilson. What do you think you're going to do with Bo Nix?
First off, I can hardly hear you being off camera, Daddy.
Okay, let me get a little closer.
There you are.
If we beat you with Russell Wilson, what do you think we're going to do with Bo Nix?
Who?
Exactly. You don't even know. And that's the danger there.
For you. Remember, we'll have Nick Chubb back, boy.
Okay, yeah, you got a very valid point there, and I am scared. I'm not going to lie.
Well,
You
we'll
fucking should
see.
be.
We'll see how that changes. See how it's like rehab from that nasty injury he got last year.
This
The man was
motherfucker.
squatting
No,
500 pounds
no,
today.
550 pounds, motherfucker.
Yeah. So
I mean-
I'm sorry, but
He may very well have a chip on his shoulder. But again, we don't know how any of it's going to play out till the season starts. So I'm going to end the show a little bit early so you guys can go enjoy Dynamite 250. I got some stuff I got to do. So
Wait, it's the 250th episode, and we haven't even talked about that yet?
but Jeff mentioned it like earlier.
I was deaf. I
Briefly.
apologize.
I'm keeping my mouth shut about Dynamite because, yeah.
Anyway, go enjoy Dynamite. Again, I got some stuff I got to do. Check out Luck of the Draw tomorrow. I'm hopefully going to solve the Twitter issue so more people can watch the show, because apparently Twitter is how people consume media, not YouTube. So who knows? But until then, thank you for watching the show. We will be back next week. We will be back tomorrow with Luck of the Draw again. So enjoy the show. Have a good night. Don't be a jag. And we'll see you next time on The Great Cherry Show.
Screw
Love you
Chris